Hi, I'm Jamie Blanchard, and this is my audience. Okay, so many people believe that in order to be a good husband and father, that it is essential for that man to provide for the family financially. And the Institute of the Study of Civil Society even states the reason that people think this way is that fathers are either the sole earners or the main earners in 2/3 of two-parent households. Moreover, fathers' earnings are uniquely linked to many positive results for children, even when mother's earnings are taken into consideration. So with many families splitting up due to divorce, and this belief is even more evident because the subject of alimony and child support become main subjects during discussions in divorce proceedings. However, psychologists believe that in order to be a good provider, there are actually many other elements that are involved, besides just bringing home the bacon. It is important for the male figurehead to have a balance between spending time with their child and wife, and also making sure that their homes are taken care of financially. Nevertheless, this seems to be very hard for many men to do because they do not grow up with that type of male role model, and that goes back to the same thing with many divorces happening. In fact, the U.S. Census says that 24.7 million children do not live with their biological father in the United States, and 20.3 live with no father at all. So that's a lot of people. Unfortunately, my husband was one of these boys who did not grow up with the best male role model in his home. But he did not allow that to dictate the way that he would raise his own children and be a husband to me. In fact, not only has he provided for our family financially, but he also supports us emotionally as well. So please join me as we pay tribute to my children's hero, their father, my best friend, my husband, Jason Blanchard, for his triumph in breaking the cycle of negative male role models within his family, and also for success in balancing his career and family life. My husband was raised by a single mother for the majority of his childhood, and after his mother and father got divorced, his father decided that he was going to move over 1,200 miles away. So although my husband did not grow up with that strong relationship and that strong bond with his own father, he never believed that just because his father was not the perfect father, he would not be able to be a great role model for his children. He viewed his father's mistakes as being lessons of actually what not to do. So with this in mind, he has evolved into a father and husband that anyone would be jealous of. And when I decided to go back to school full-time and quit my job, he supported me 100%. He actually even took time out of his busy work schedule to make sure I have adequate time to study and take care of the kids. And when I need that extra shove to say that I can do it, he's always there to back me up. And so he also, for my children, he goes to every parent-teacher conference there is. He wants to be there, and he wants to do it. And he volunteers his time to the school in a father program called Watchdogs. And although my husband is 6 foot, 200 pounds, it is not beneath him to play Tea Party or Barbies with our 6-year-old daughter. And he teaches them everything he can. When many parents get really impatient with that relentless question of why coming up from their children's mouths, he actually takes the time out to answer them. One of my favorite memories is when my daughter asked him why Pluto wasn't considered a dwarf planet anymore, and he actually got online and explained to her the real reason. So for that, I am grateful. So not only is he a great male role model in our family, but he is very successful at balancing his career and family life. I always felt that I was a hard worker before I met my husband. I actually feel pretty lazy next to him. He is my Energizer bunny, and he finds a way of being a very successful businessman without it causing his family any repercussions. Even with many hours working on his career and volunteering for the church, Rotary Club, and the JCs, Jason finds a way to make time for giving baths, kissing boo-boos, making breakfast, reading books, and helping with homework. Another one of my fondest memories is when I was at home with my daughter and she got stung by a wasp. and I couldn't calm her down, and I had to get the stinger out, and I just could not calm her down, so I decided to call my husband, and he was at work, and he was very busy, and he's like talking to her on the phone, and he can't calm her down either, so he drops everything that he's doing, and he comes home. He wraps a Band-Aid around it, he takes the stinger out, wraps her Band-Aid around it, kisses it, and tells her everything's going to be okay. And at that very moment, I realized that how lucky we are to have someone that was willing to just drop everything just to kiss a boo-boo. So many people do have a problem with balancing a successful career and making time with their families. However, my husband has made it his priority to spend as much time with his wife and children as possible. And for that, I am extremely grateful. In a way, we are his hobby. He does not go out with friends all the time and go drinking at the bar. He doesn't go running around on me. He comes home after work and he eats dinner with us and he reads books and gives baths. And then we cuddle on the couch. So although he has worked extremely hard at being a successful financial advisor, he has worked even harder at being a successful father and husband. In conclusion, I feel extremely happy that I was able to share with you my husband's triumphs in breaking the cycle of negative male role models within his family and his success in balancing a successful career and his family life as well. So, Merry Christmas to the best father and husband I know. I love you.
Oh, you made me tear up.